Wow, you guys, good morning to you. Wow, my life has done a complete 180.
Your life has changed so much in the past month.
So I'm here with Nicolette Gray today.
Hello.
Say hi. So I'm gonna start off with a little update. I feel like you guys deserve that, but you guys don't even know half of it. Oh my God, honestly. I'm only gonna talk about this on the podcast. But so these are the things that have happened to me this month, okay? I'm single now, a month and a couple, like almost 2 months.
I can't believe you're single, but isn't
crazy.
single life fun?
I mean, no, not right now. It's
but you're
not.
free to do whatever you want.
I am. I definitely like to do whatever, whenever I want type of vibe, but at the same time, it's like I'm very fresh out of it, so I haven't it's not like I'm enjoying my days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I definitely am the happiest and saddest I've ever been in my life. Wow, I feel like this is therapy session. I'm really talking to Nicolette over here, but really it is. It's I'm the happiest, saddest I've ever been for sure. So I'm single. I just got my own apartment in West Hollywood. Never thought I would live in the city. She lives in the city in Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. And all of my friends have been I was such a Studio City girl, such a Valley girl. I wanted to be out of LA. I didn't want to be LA. I go to Air One every day already.
You've become so LA, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You're LA though when you're requesting to go to Air One. Before, we would go to Air One and Jordyn would be like, oh my God, what am I going to eat here? I don't eat healthy. I'm not going to eat fruit. And then now Jordyn's like, we're going to Air One. Can we go?
Yeah, literally I'm definitely changing, which is... and it's fine that I can admit it, I guess, but I feel like it's just because you are the product of your 5 closest friends, and I feel like my friend group has changed this year a lot since January, and I'm becoming more live life, more YOLO, more carefree, more selfish, and I feel like that's a good side about me changing. Also, because I quit my birth control, I feel like I'm definitely not depressed anymore, and that's that was the start of my realization of life. Really, honestly, was wow, I'm not sad anymore. I feel like I'm happy and I can be myself, which was weird. Have you?
That's the
had
best
that
feeling. Yeah.
With birth control, do you want to go into that at all?
I was on birth control for maybe 2 years, and the whole time when I was on it, I was so depressed. Mm-hmm. And it's so weird because during that period when I was on it, I was having an amazing time with my life. My online career just started. I had amazing people around me. Everything was doing so well, but I was so depressed. I would literally drive around for 2 hours every day and just cry. Because I was so sad, and I wasn't sure why I was sad.
You can't control it either.
It was so weird. Yeah, you couldn't control it.
It's the weirdest thing.
And then I just stopped it because I was trying to get a new pill pack, but then I couldn't get an appointment to go see my gynecologist.
Thank God.
And I was just I'm just not going to take it anymore.
Yeah.
And I felt so much better. I would never do it again.
Yeah. The thing is that for me, I got on it when I was 17 or 18, and literally you become a different person. Everything, I think it really even changes the way you look at attraction. I feel like it changes the way you look at life, yourself. I feel like there's so many things in it that negatively definitely impacted my everyday life. And ever since I got off of it, I feel like my life has been more positive. And that's just another thing. So I'm rambling a little bit, but at the same time, you guys are here for stories. So I am single. I quit my birth control in April, so I'm still not even it hasn't been the 6 months where you're kind of back to normal. I'm almost to 3 or something, but so that's one thing. I literally just 4 or 5 days ago got out of my COVID quarantine.
Oh God.
That let me just tell you my experience. I wasn't gonna tell anyone I had COVID, but I'll talk about it because, obviously it needs to be talked about, and a lot of kids out there are just doing whatever and they don't care about it. But let me just talk a little bit about it and my experience. Basically, I was in Michigan, and I landed back in LA, and the next day, or the next day or the day after, so it was when I got back to LA, I got infected somehow. I still don't know who. But this is just my experience, and I'm not trying to like bring down like anything or make it less of a health concern, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
I think it affects different people in different ways.
Yeah, I totally know a lot of things and a lot of different stories from other people, but this is my personal experience with having COVID, and I got the Delta variant, if you wanted to know. Basically, I had a nosebleed. I was staying at my friend's house because he wasn't in town, and I have nowhere to stay when I was in LA this whole month, so I was like couch surfing, had hotels randomly, like slept in my car one night at a supercharger. Anyways, so
did you mean to do that?
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't want to hit anybody up, and like it was like 3 a.m. I slept there till like 6, and then I went to go. I was like,
homeless Jordyn.
Homeless Jordyn. Like,
it's been a rough month.
Bro,
Lots of life changes.
So basically, I had a nosebleed. I never had nosebleeds, but his house, like they keep it at like 65, and it's really cold, and I am not used to like that temperature when I sleep. And when you have the AC on, it dries you out like completely. Like usually people will wake up with like a cough, or like you like just so dry so it becomes a cough, but I never even had that. So my coldness of waking up that day, I like blew like my nose because I felt like I had like boogers and stuff, and obviously I didn't like feel my nose, so I was like trying to blow my nose, and it was like bleeding, and I was like, wait, what? So I had a nosebleed. Okay, this is on like Monday the 12th or something. I had a nosebleed. So then fast forward to like Wednesday the 21st, like 8 days ago, I lost my smell. And I was like, oh my God, I have COVID. I can't smell. Like, what is going on?
This was before you got the test.
Yeah, this was like I got my test like the day I like lost my smell. Because I mean, I knew I had COVID because I was like, why would I just lose my smell? So remember that I had like the nosebleed thing, okay? So I have this like doctor that I met, and she like has been doing all of my COVID testing like the whole time. Like I've been tested like 5 times a month this whole like all these like a year and a half, and I've never had a false positive, never tested positive, never had COVID. The whole time I've never had COVID. So I was like really obviously trying not to get COVID. And still don't even know how I got it. But anyways, so I lose my smell, and I text her, and I'm like, okay, I like lost my smell, and it's really like weird because like I don't have any other symptom, and like no one that I'm around is sick. So I was like, honestly, maybe I don't have COVID. Maybe something's up. Maybe it had to do with like the air conditioning I've been sleeping in. Like I didn't know. I was like really not thinking I had COVID because I didn't have any other symptoms. And yeah, so I am like, okay, I gotta go get it. She's like, come in, take a test. You sound like a little congested. And I'm like, oh, okay, weird. So I come in and get a test, and I take a rapid and a PCR at the same time. And because she said that the Delta variant is only coming up on PCR tests. So everyone else in LA is just taking rapid tests, and I think that's how it's spreading, because like all of my friends are like, oh, I took like a rapid, I did this, and like everything's coming back negative because it's not the Delta variant, and this is just what the doctor's telling me. So I took the rapid, immediately came back negative, and I'm like, and this is the same day I post my breakup on the internet. So like everything is going on in my life. I lose my smell, I post my breakup, this is all on the same day. Like I find out I'm negative. I'm like, yeah, I'm negative. Like I already knew I was negative. I didn't have any other symptoms, no one else I'm around. She's like, and just so you know, like since you lost your smell, you're at the 7 to 14 days of already having COVID. So she's like, have you had anything else happen to you 7 days ago? So I look at my calendar, and I remember specifically the day I had a nosebleed. And I tell her, I'm like, wait, I had like a nosebleed exactly like 8 days ago. She's like, oh, that's actually a COVID symptom, because something about like your respiratory like system and everything is like really strong in your nose or something, and it like affects your nose, and so my nose became like inflamed or something, and it caused a nosebleed. And she's like, that was a COVID symptom, and like no one talks about.
I haven't heard that at all.
Yeah, no one talks about how my nosebleed, like 8 days before this was me having COVID, and I had no idea. So I was obviously just still living my life. I lose my smell. I'm at the 8 day mark now of having COVID, and she was like, okay, you only have to quarantine for 10 days because you don't have a fever, you're not coughing, and all of that. So I was out of my quarantine like 6 or 7 days ago now today. But yes, I had COVID. I am single. I moved into an apartment. I don't even have a chair. I don't have a bed. I have nothing. What else, Nicolette?
Oh my God, too much has been happening.
Way more too, but like
so much. I feel like nobody even knows half of anything. Like you've changed, or your life has changed so much in the past month alone. Even the past year, I feel like you've changed so much and grown so much as a person. It's so crazy.
And today I got parked at my friend's house in red in the
Hollywood parking ticket.
And I get a $93 red zone parking ticket. And then because he just wanted to absolutely make me down bad, he gave me a $25 front plate ticket because I didn't have a front plate on.
That's crazy. He really wanted to come after you. I can't believe that they go up into the Hollywood Hills. Like, you're parking there thinking, oh, yeah, I'm fine.
This is Audie's house.
What ticket person is going to come here? And then all of a sudden, $93 ticket. I'm so bad with parking tickets. I try to avoid them. Like, I fill my meter and everything. But for some reason, in LA, you get so many tickets.
Yeah. It's
like,
just
I probably have 5 that I have to pay right now. No joke.
I pay them as soon as I get them because I know that if I
have them in my car in the
I kept
middle
my ticket
console.
out, hoping I don't get a ticket for the rest of the day.
And then
it's just sitting there.
My registration is, like, to my mom's address.
Okay,
So if I ever get a ticket and I, like, lose it and you wait for the thing to come in the mail, it goes to my mom's house. And my mom sends me a photo and she's like, you got a ticket.
Get excited to get dressed again with the new collection from American Eagle. Visit AE.com or your nearest store to shop the softest ever tees, 90s inspired fits, and must-have jeans that look as good as they feel. Our current obsessions: highest waist 90s boyfriend, your fave 90s inspired fit with a relaxed straight leg, and our highest rise. The mom straight jean is the must-have mom fit with a classic straight leg, and the super high-waisted flares is a super high-rise slim leg and just the right amount of flare. For access to the best perks and rewards at American Eagle, make sure to check out the Real Rewards credit card. You can get an extra 20% off your purchase and free shipping and returns. Right now, they are offering an exclusive offer for my listeners. Open a new account by 9/30/21 to get a $50 bonus reward loaded to your account after you make your first purchase with your Real Rewards credit card. Text Jordyn, that's Jordyn, to 37585 to see if you pre-qualify. Subject to credit approval, and a Real Rewards credit card must be used as sole payment type. Must be 18 years or older to apply. Text message rates may apply. So Nicolette, what's your life update? What's going bad that you want to get off of your chest?
Oh my God.
Is there anything? Because her life is going pretty good right now. On the flip side, holy crap, you're honestly probably happier than you've ever been. But is there anything else that's like low key that you want to talk about?
Honestly, yeah. So earlier this year, I actually got out of a really toxic relationship. And the second I got out of that, my whole life turned around. Like, literally, the second I broke up with that guy, like, we literally broke up in a park. And when I was walking outside of the park, the sun shined brighter. It was crazy. And right after that, I was traveling so much. I was in Miami for a few months. I was going to Cancun. I was really just starting to live my best life. Like what you were saying, too. Like, you really learned how to live life. Because before I wasn't. I don't know why. I was just, like, really holding myself back with so much. And I was stopping myself from just being happy. So I was really living my best life. And even earlier this year, I was having so many friends come stay at my apartment. Like, every second, I was just having so much fun and doing so much. And life is definitely moving slower right now, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, though. The past few days, I've been in such a weird, depressive funk.
Ugh. See, when I get in those, like, moods, I just know that, like, I just got to surround myself with people. And that's what I've been doing. Like, the thing I think that helped me get through this, like, first month is obviously it's the hardest. When you get out of a breakup, the first month is going to be the hardest because, I mean, it even takes 30 days to break a habit of, like, even going to the gym. Like, and not seeing someone, not talking to someone, like, it was a very big difference from what I'm used to. So I feel like the first month is the hardest to, like, be able to move forward. I feel like after a month you can kind of move forward from the situation. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. But, like, honestly, how I, like, looked at it was not having my own place in LA and, like, going home by myself every night or, like, waking up alone and, like, trying to find plans with people. I feel like what really helped me, which is to a lot of people negative because I didn't, like, do it the right way of, like, feeling my emotions or, like, being sad, but that's not how I work. I completely was surrounded by people almost 24/7 for this whole month. Like, I would be alone to charge my car or, like, go get food. Like, once or twice, like, by myself. Like, I was almost never alone this whole month. And I feel like that is what just, like, really helped me. Because, like, I'm not, like, a sit and dwell type of person. I'm a life short. Let's move on. Like, let's keep it going. I can't change what happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, so everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it's just, like, a lot of people are coming at me being like, well, she's always with people or she's always with guys. It's like, okay, I've been with guys since I was 14 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with having guy friends. Yeah. And then also, I think it's good to not be by yourself right after a breakup. Like, even when I was going through mine, it was really tough in the beginning because I hated being with this person. Like, the second I broke up with them, I was so happy to be away from them.
Yeah, but then also, a little different.
They were like, yeah, at least you guys are on good terms. And Jordyn is an amazing guy, but he was, like, harassing me through text messages for, like, 2 weeks every day. And it was just so hard to, like, break out of that and break out of his manipulation. And I wasn't alone for, like, a month. Every second I was with people. Like, I went and stayed at my friend's house. And
then it looks like you're living your best life.
Yeah, no, but honestly, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
You should go live your best life. Life's too short to just sit and cry. I had a breakup a few years ago. Like, my first ever love, like, my high school boyfriend, he broke up with me a few years ago, and it shattered my heart. Yeah. Like, I was broken. Do you remember? I just remember being in my car. Yeah. And I forgot where we were going. We were going to the mall, and you were playing me your song. What is it? Like, Cut 'Em Off? Yeah, and you were like, I think this is going to help you. Yes. But I'm completely over that now. But at the time, like, I was just crying and crying and crying. And I would still get up and do things, but...
Yeah. Oh, I remember, like, when I so, like, the day I was, like, alone is the day I talked to Jordyn on the phone, and, like, we posted our breakup, and, like, that day, like, I feel like that's, like, I've cried, like, only, like, 3 days, which is really shocking, but when I, like, cry, it's, like, I, like, cry, but crying gives me a headache, so I really try not to cry.
It does.
It gives me such a headache.
It makes you so clouded in your head, and your eyes hurt, and your face hurts, and you're just like...
Whenever I'm sad, I just, like, FaceTime a friend. Like, that's, like, what I've done, like, the whole month is, like, even if I get, like, a little sad or I'm bawling my eyes out, which I've bawled my eyes out a couple times throughout the month, but I just immediately call a friend, and I just start talking about my problems, and it helps me, and then, like, we just talk about something else, and then I get over it really fast. I'm just like, honestly, F it.
It's good to talk about it, and you're right, it's not good to just sit and dwell on things. Like, of course, you need to feel your feelings, but sometimes you need to distract yourself, especially when things are so fresh, and during that first month, you're so hooked on it and thinking, or you think about it so differently, and then if you think about it 3 months later, it's good to just get out and do things and surround yourself with people.
I've just been such a future thinker that it's like, does this matter 3 months down this road? Am I gonna keep on having the same conversations? Like, I've just been thinking, okay, like, before I respond to something, or before I, like, say something, or even when I wake up in the morning, it's just, like, I just been thinking future, but short-term future, not, like, years down the road. I've just been thinking, okay, what am I doing? Like, how am I feeling here? Where do I want to be? Like, I don't know. I'm just such a, like, I'm just such, like, a 2-3 months down the road person where it's just, like, I just know that, like, I'm going to be happy, so why not just skip to that?
Yeah, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, and, like, keeping busy and, like, keep on, like, work is coming back, so that's good. And you're also now posting your documentary.
Yeah, I just posted the 4-part series on my channel.
Let's talk about that.
Oh my god, okay. So that was definitely an experience for me. It was really hard because I went from putting myself out there completely online and having every single part of my life on the internet. Like, you know, Christian, my videographer and now producer, he would come to my house and film everything every day. And every little thing, like, I didn't have control over it, but everything would just be filmed. Even, like, sometimes I wouldn't talk about something, but, like, somebody in my family would talk about it on camera. And it would just be out there.
Like, wait, and you said that one part of your documentary, he, like, called old friends?
Yeah. And, like, asked them, like, even people that I wasn't friends with anymore, like, anyone I had a fight with, like, called them and was like, do you know anything about Nicolette? Like, they came at me with some questions, and I, like, knew exactly where they got the questions from. And I was just like, oh, my God. I went from that to not really having too much of my life out there for the past year and a half, 2 years. And then this documentary, I like went and sat down to film it, and they asked me so much. And it put me in a really weird mood for a while, because after like going through so much, like last year was a really tough year for me emotionally, and I went through a lot of things, and then all of a sudden, in front of cameras and producers, they're sitting there and asking me all of these questions, and I have to talk about every single thing that I went through the past few years, and every single thing that like hurt me, and all these things that traumatized me, because I'm very sensitive, honestly. I'm like really strong but sensitive at the same time.
We're snowflakes.
Yeah, and I had to talk about it all on camera, and they knew everything. And then after that, they were going to go interview my mom. So it's like I really just had to be an open book. And
but that makes for the best.
Yeah, the best content. It was really tough for me. Like, I was really shocked after. Mm-hmm. And then for a week, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is going on the internet. Like, I really can't believe it. I haven't seen some of the episodes of the documentary.
I remember I was watching the first one with you, or like...
Yeah, we were at Dialogue, and you were telling me. I saw the first one, and then after that, I just didn't see the other ones, because I was like scared for what they put in it.
That's so funny.
And I didn't even see my mom's interview yet. Like, when they interviewed her, she was like, I think you should leave the house. And I like went, and I was driving around with my sister. So I'm gonna watch like the next episode soon. I just know
Ani's later.
Oh my God.
We're like, hey, get the popcorn.
Watch it. No. I feel like I need to watch it alone.
No.
Like with the last episode, or the third episode, Ben watched it because I sent him the link to it, and he was like, yeah, I don't think you should watch it. Like, I know how you are with things, and like, this is like everything that you went through last year that was really traumatizing for you. I don't think you should watch it. I was just like, oh, that's supposed to make me feel better.
It's like real. So how? Okay.
Yeah.
So knowing that other people saw it, how is that affecting you? Are you being able to now move forward because it's out there, or is it bringing it back?
It's bringing it back for me. It's so weird. It's definitely put me in a like.
That's probably your funk.
Weird headspace. Yeah, that is the funk. Like, ever since I filmed that, I don't know. I've been feeling a little weird, and it makes me happy to put things out on the internet, but I almost don't feel the same as I did a few years ago. Like, before, I didn't care about anything, but then now I have all these people around me being like, yeah, just put it all out, it doesn't matter, but then I feel weird about it. But everyone around me, like my family and my production, is like, oh yeah, just put everything out, it doesn't matter. So I'm just in this weird, like,
teeter-totter.
Yeah, teeter-totter. Seesaw, where it's like, I could do this and it's good because I'm being raw with my followers, but then it makes me feel bad.
But you've been doing YouTube for so long that's just been an ongoing thing for you, huh?
Yeah, it's been like that over the past few years, and it's definitely changed as I've gotten older.
Yeah. So yeah, you went, just for backstory for everyone, she went from like Dr. Phil, blowing up, being a Beverly Hills brat, having an allowance, like having this like stigma, I feel like, around you, but then creating an empire in a fandom of being the Beverly Hills brat, and like you took like almost negative to a positive.
Yeah, to positive.
And started a empire, I feel like. Started a YouTube channel, became successful, kind of like stopped posting for a year, like you said, and now she has this documentary explaining her life. And so from all those things that happened, what do you think has made you like you today?
What has made me today?
I just went there.
One, my really toxic relationship that I went through last year changed me so much. I became a whole different person after that, because I learned so much about myself and just so much about everything. Like, it really taught me so much, and moving on from that was a big lesson for me. Like, I was like, I didn't waste any time with this, no matter how traumatic this was the whole year, no matter how this like ruined my life or things like that, or people around me were trying to say. I was just like, I learned so much, and I'm taking so many lessons from this. And sorry,
we're squeaking
making
the table.
Noises. I always do like weird things.
Yeah.
But no matter what I went through, I was just gonna take it into a positive, and
honestly,
I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. No matter what I've been through, I always try to grow from it. But besides that,
like,
definitely.
Real quick, I remember texting like Brandon like right after our breakup or something, like totally bringing this back to like 4 or 5 years ago
2015,
or something. I can't even
back
remember.
in you nowadays.
Literally. I remember being like, thank you for teaching me everything that I don't want.
That's so like, important really, sometimes, though.
Yeah,
seriously.
It, like, I always, like, honestly, the only thing I talk about, like, that relationship is the negatives. There were so many positives. Obviously, I wouldn't date someone that I didn't like or enjoy being around. Like, obviously, a lot of people talk negatively about exes. But, like, with him, it was just, like, honestly, just, like, at the very end, I was just, like, not very happy. And so, like, I totally make jokes acting like it was the whole relationship. So I would definitely want to always clarify that it's not. I obviously wouldn't have been with someone who was horrible to me. But, yeah, I was just, like, that was just, like, a joke I made. I was like, thanks for, like, making me realize what I deserve for my relationships moving forward. But obviously just jokes.
No, after something like that, it really shows you what you do want or just how to value yourself. Because I got into that relationship, and the guy was treating me very well in the beginning, and he was so sweet. And then all of a sudden, things just changed. And he was such, and I don't know, are we allowed to curse on here or no? He was such an asshole to me, and everything just switched. He was trying to manipulate me and just had me in the weirdest headspace.
Psycho?
Like, yeah, literally psycho. We dated for 6 months, and towards the end of it, he had me in such a bad headspace. In December, I stopped talking to all my friends. I literally couldn't see anybody. The only person I saw was my business partner, because we would work all the time, and my assistant.
Wow.
I didn't see anyone else. And then I kind of needed that time to break up with him, because before that, everyone in my life was like, Nicolette, break up with him. And there were so many voices that I really didn't know what to do myself.
And it's really hard when you're going through something like that and you have everyone who cares about you telling you obviously what's right to do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you really only, when you're like, when you are such like a routine person and a habit person, and you like things like easy, and you don't want to like, you don't like change, it's really hard for you to just like cut somebody out because of one or two things, because a lot of people think that they can change people. So if they think, oh, like, you know, he's toxic or he's treating me horribly, but then like you see them for the benefit of the doubt, and because you love them and because it wasn't always like that, you have hope for them to change. But when it gets to a point where someone's disrespecting you, there's really no way for them to be able to respect you again, because you can't forget.
You can't forget that, and I think people respect you based on how you value yourself and how you portray yourself. And if you've already screwed it up, and if they already don't value you like that, there's no way of turning it around. Like,
totally.
I think how you present yourself and how you set things up in the beginning of the relationship is so important. And if you just show them that you won't tolerate anything bad, you shouldn't even have to show that to anyone. Yeah. But with certain people, like, if you show them to not value you, they're just going to get worse and worse, and people are just going to try to see how much they can get out of you or how far they can push your buttons.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rent the Runway. In case you didn't know, Rent the Runway gives you monthly shipments of designer clothing and accessories for a flat monthly price. They have free, easy shipping, cleaning, and rental coverage included. Rent the Runway takes care of the boring stuff so you can just have fun. Right now, use promo code Jordyn for 30% off at renttherunway.com. Choose from thousands of styles from over 700 designers, including Ula Johnson, Proenza Schooler, Jason Wu, and so many more. Plus, their summer events are back, including weddings, weekend parties, brunches, dinners, showers, summer events, and much more. Use Rent the Runway to dress up, look good, and feel good as we all return to regular life. They offer access to a full designer closet without the price tag. And the best part, it's accessible for all budgets. Membership trials start at just $69. Easy to use, zero commitments, pause or cancel at any time for no additional charge. Again, use promo code Jordyn for 30% off. That's JORDYN. Valid for a limited time, so visit renttherunway.com today. Terms and conditions apply.
I do know that people can change in certain aspects, but not in like a, you know, I feel like a lot of it goes back to parents and stuff too, about how like how you see love, and all love like growing up is like how you think love is. And a lot of people, that's a lot of different things. And I feel like you can change people's like some things, but you can't fully change a person no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, sometimes some lessons are just instilled in them and they're screwed up. But I think sometimes a lot of girls get in relationships with guys and they're like, oh, I'm going to change them or I'm going to fix them, or they keep cheating on me, but I'm going to stay and they're going to change for me. But sometimes people just won't.
Yeah, like that's like where I'm at now is like a friend just told me that, like, broken people go for broken people, you know? And I'm, like, very broken. I mean, like, I went through a huge traumatic experience, which is why I think I had to be alone, ultimately, like, that I haven't really mentioned, even to Jordyn Bowe. It's, like, I was so, like, everything in our relationship, I feel like, on my side, like, changed. Like, I felt like I couldn't, like, even, like, during everything that happened with my dad, like, he was, like, with me, and, like, at first, like, even when he tried to just, like, kiss me or whatever, like, I was never in the right headspace to be, like, lovey, because, like, I just felt so empty. I felt so, like, heartbreak from, like, my dad that was just, like, I couldn't, like, love. And so, like, right when he, like, passed away, like, he moved in and everything in February. So this was December. And then February he moved in. And then, like, March through June, I was in Michigan alone for quarantine. And, like, it wasn't anything that he ever did. It was just, like, I just was such a broken person that I didn't realize that I couldn't, like, I literally couldn't be with somebody because I was broken. And, like, I didn't even realize that until, like, a month ago, where I, like, had to break up with him because I was just like, I need to be alone and I can't love, and I'm not like happy in a relationship because, like, just past trauma, I guess, and, like, things that just, like, have happened to me where like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, regret losing Jordyn Bowe, but I just needed to for a second, or, like, I don't know how long, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, crazy. And I was saying to my friends that I was like, yeah, like, I need someone who's, like, broken. I need a douchebag. Like, I need an F-boy. I need someone who's, like, on the same, like F you, like, F it mentality as me. And for me, that's, like, an F-boy. And I was saying to my friends, I was like, I needed someone that's toxic, because I feel like right now I am toxic. Like, I am such, like, I have such, like, a bad mindset about relationships right now that, like, for some reason I'm not going for nobody, but I'm saying, like, I was telling my friends, I was like, I need someone who's, like, toxic and who will, like, upset me, because, like, that's just, like, where I am at
like,
right
if somebody comes to you and they're so sweet to you and they're like, I'm gonna be the best boyfriend ever, you're like, no, get away from me.
No, I do not want, like, I just had the best boyfriend in the whole world. I'm like, please don't. It didn't work out for me how it was supposed to.
Earlier this year, I was so broken relationships-wise. Like, after my toxic relationship ended, I was honestly, like, for a while I wasn't
private,
really
right?
seeing. Yeah, it was a completely private relationship. I've never really had a public relationship besides with my first boyfriend. I mentioned online that I was having a relationship, but nobody knew who it was because we wanted to keep it very private. At the time, I wanted to put it out there, but then he was like, no, we need to be private. And I was like, is this because you plan on leaving me? But thank God it wasn't public.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I wasn't really seeing anyone. Obviously, I was, like, having my single fun. And then I went through a phase where I was just, like, honestly, I was being an F-boy myself.
Yes!
And I was so broken love-wise. Like, I was talking to...
You need, like... You go through that phase because you just need reassurance, and, like, you need to, like, have your confidence back, because when you're out of a relationship, your confidence is just
it goes down.
So you have to go through this phase of, like, getting around.
You're like, yeah, I got all these hoes. That was literally me earlier this year, and I was trying to explain something that I was going through with someone to my friend Lily and Nikki, and I was like, yeah, like, I love him, but, like, I'm not with him at all. It's not serious, but, yeah, like, I think I'm in love with him. But, no, it's not serious. What would a date? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she was like, Nicolette, I think blank broke you, like, my ex.
You blank?
And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but now I'm in a much better spot.
Yeah. So, like, when you were, like, single and, like, getting, like, around, were you, like, talking to people? Because I know that, like, I'm so single, and I am so not trying to date for a minimum of a year. But, like, I'm totally fine to just, like, be with people because I need that. Like, I need that, I need that guy. Like, I need that person. I'm a very much of, like, a relationship person. But I'm definitely not trying to, like, date people or, like, do none of that type of thing with people. But do you have, like, this thing when you were, like, very single? But do you have this thing where you, like, number people?
What do you mean, like, count them? Or, like, this is my number one, this is my number two? Oh my God. In my head, yeah. Because I remember there was this guy that I was talking to.
And he was number one?
Yeah, he was number one, but he would treat me the worst. Like, he was so shitty. And all my friends, like, I would be like, oh yeah, I'm going out to dinner with this person tonight. And my friend Maya was on the phone like, you're still onto that idiot? Like, he was number one for me. But he would just, like, we would go on dates in the beginning. And I remember on our second date, it was after a party, and, you know, I was a little, like, out of it, and I was just like, good luck trying to get me to catch feelings for you. Like, I was being toxic. I literally said that, and then he was like, ouch. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, I really liked him. Like, I wouldn't say that I was in love with him.
Dang, yeah.
I think I've only been in love, like, one time before, and it was my first relationship. But, oh my God, I have so much ADHD, I always forget what I'm talking about.
You were going, you were like, 2 months.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I really liked him, but then he would barely hit me up.
Yeah, right?
And then after that, I was like...
In your ego?
Yeah, I was so confused.
Yeah.
And I was talking to other people, like, I was kind of seeing some other people, but it was nothing serious. Like, it was always just fun. Like,
and it's because you're single, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I could do whatever I wanted, and things got crazy. Like, it was a really fun time, but I could say I've retired from that period.
Yeah, like, so, I definitely, like, so I have, like, my number one right now, but it's just, like, but it's, like, literally nothing. I'm like, wait, what am I saying right now? But, the joke is that, like, wow, I'm so glad that literally no one knows, like, what I'm talking about right now. Like, nobody except for maybe you. No, I don't think you know. Like, literally, I'm so private. But, so I have, like, this number one, and, like, the joke is that, like, this other person I'm talking about, he, like, says I'm number one, okay? Wow, oh my God.
Oh, he says you're number one.
Yeah, and, like, he's like, you're number one, okay? But then, like, because I have, like, a lot of guys who, like, Snapchat me and, like, DM me, and, like, I'm recently single, so, like, a lot of people are, like, trying to talk to me. He says that he's number 18 in, like, my list, okay?
Oh,
and I'm like, no, you're number one. So then I was actually, like, talking to this, like, number 2, number 3 person, like, but not, like, like, I'm literally not talking to nobody. I'm just, like...
She's single, but
it's like
she's a butterfly. She's flying around.
Yeah, I'm
seeing what's out there.
I'm just seeing what's out there.
Like, you're not seeing anyone, but you're like you have a few options out there. I know exactly what you mean. Where you're like, you're not talking to anyone, but at the same time, there's options. She's got hoes.
So, like, yeah. So, like, with my options, there's like 1, and then there's like probably till about like 4 or 5, but. Wait, I don't even honestly know where I'm going for this, and then I'm just freaking out because it's like, wait, why did I just say all that then? But overall, I'm just saying that, like, oh, because when you got out of yours, I was like, did you go through this phase? Because I was like, I need tips now, because literally 1 second, I'm like, wait, oh my God, am I really gonna say this right now?
What?
Like, my ego is so low right now because of, like, these like, number 1, number 2, number 3, they don't even like me. I don't know what it is, and
Are you just using them as a distraction to think about someone?
What do you mean?
Like, you just want them?
No,
or
like,
they
literally are hitting, like, me up, okay? Like, I have a couple people, but, like, they don't even, like me. Like, I don't even know what it is. Is
it just the LA dating mentality?
Yes.
It's really crazy.
So what is the
here.
LA dating mentality? Because, like, I was talking on my podcast with Katie Sigmund about, like, people like the idea of getting with us or, like, dating us or, like, doing things with us, but no one will actually want to do it. And then, like, this was, like, 3 weeks ago with Katie, 2 weeks ago. Like, I did not actually believe what I was saying. But now within the past, like, 2 weeks of people, like, DMing me or, like, people wanting to hang out, it's, like, literally, it's just a booty call in LA. It's just a booty call.
I think people don't like serious relationships here.
Like, why don't you want a connection? Why don't you want to, like, catch feelings for somebody? Like, everyone stops it here.
I think people are just, I don't know. I think it's a mix of everyone being really hurt.
Everyone's
because
hurt here.
Even, like, now I'm at a point where I could get into something with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's going on in my life. Like, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
But before, I was even to the point where I was like, no, I'm not getting in any relationship no matter how much I like someone.
Yes.
Like, I'm not I'm not taking this farther. And so I was at that point earlier this year and at some points in my life. I think a lot of people are just scared to get hurt again because I've never been in a relationship where somebody's cheated on me, but I know a lot of cheating happens here, so people are like, I don't want to get cheated on again, or they're just like, I have to be single for my career. I've heard that a lot. Like, a lot of people just want to be able to do whatever they want and feel free, and if they want to go travel for 3 months and go film, they can.
Yeah.
But...
And at the same time, everyone wants love, though. So it's like, you want to hit up a girl at 3 a.m. to come sleep over at your house, but then... you want to get back to your life the next day. Like, that's how it is here. It's crazy.
It is.
And I've never
so
experienced
different.
it because I've never been single. Like, literally, I've never been single since I was 15 years old.
Wow. So you're definitely a relationship person.
I'm a relationship person. I don't do none of this hookup stuff. I will literally... That's probably the last thing I will do is hook up with somebody. Like, now, at least. And, like, everyone is just hitting me up. But it's just, like, I know where it's going to go. And I don't want to put myself in that situation. Like, I've literally, like, I'm not, like, a sleeping around person at all for some reason. Well, maybe because I've also been in a relationship since I was 15. But, like, even when I was single, like, I know not to, like, put myself in certain situations where I know where it would lead. Because I can't say no. And I can't, like, or I just can't get myself out of a situation that's already unfolded.
Or... like, you're scared to get in a relationship, too.
No, I'm just scared of, like, people in LA just trying to sleep with you.
Okay.
That's it. Obviously, I'm scared of being in a relationship. I'm not going to be in a relationship for a minimum of a year.
I think it just all feeds into the LA dating ecosystem.
Okay, so that's what I'm in.
Like, there's a guy that's broken, and then you and your situation, and you're broken right now, and then, like, 2 people trying to talk to each other, and then it just goes like this.
Yeah. Like, I'm not really trying to, like, talk to somebody. It's just, like, I just want to have, like, I just want to have options.
I get what you mean. I think just have fun with it right now.
I am. I'm having fun.
Like, just if you want to go on a date, just go on the date. It doesn't have to be anything serious.
Yeah. Like, right now, I can say I don't have feelings for anybody, which is good. But I definitely have, like...
interests?
Sure. But, like, not in a dating way at all. Like, literally just in, like, a... okay, this could be something in a year. Like, that's how I am right now.
I don't think that's bad.
I'm not.
Just go with the flow.
But I'm, like, I'm being honest with you right now for some reason, but I would never actually, like, do something with anybody. It's, like, really weird. Like, I can totally have, like, scenarios in my head about people, but I know the outcome, and I know, like, what I deserve is... my standards are just so high that I know no guy... will be able to live up to it, so I literally don't even hang out with nobody.
I think, well, I don't know what to say about that. That's good that your standards are very high.
Yeah.
I think everyone's standards should be high, and after multiple relationships, you already know what you want when you're getting into something. Like, you see something in someone on a first date, and you're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, after I'm calling my friends, like, oh, my God, this happened.
Yeah.
It means I can't go out with them anymore. You know what one thing could lead to.
Yeah.
But just literally go on a date if you want to. Do you. Like what you said, you don't want to date anyone for a year.
Yeah, dates scare me. I've never, like, been on a date.
Dates are fun.
But I know I don't like the person. I don't want to lead them on.
Then just don't go out with anyone.
I'm not. I really am not.
Yeah, just stay single.
I'm with, like,
my
guy friends who like, literally want nothing to do with me, and it's great. And that's how I'm living my life, with my friends.
Yeah, that's the best. Friends are so amazing.
Friends are
a good
awesome.
group around you is one of the most important things.
Yes.
It changes your whole life and your whole mentality.
And my whole group has changed, and I feel like I'm better now. But it's like I'm such in a sticky situation because, like, my friend group is 3 other people's friend groups who are not good, and then it's just like it's a very hard position that I'm in right now. But I love my friends.
Yeah, I love it. I love everyone around you.
Yeah.
And, like,
and you're
I think,
you're my group,
I think we have a good friend group.
In my group.
Yeah, I've recently kind of gotten into this friend group too, and it's fun. Everyone just has fun all the time.
Yes, we are constantly doing something.
Just positive
it's great.
vibes. Like, even Ani, he's the best vibes.
Yes, even Ani, he's the best vibes.
Best vibes.
I call Seb my slime.
Seb's funny too.
Yeah, Seb's the best. Okay. I'm going to read some questions now.
Okay. Oh my God. Q&A.
I love your questions. Yours are good. Okay. So, do you work out?
So, earlier
we love talking about this.
I was on a really intense workout plan. but my trainer went to France for a few weeks, and even a month ago before he did, I was working out too much, and I feel like my body needed a break.
Yeah.
So I thought when he was going to France, I was just going to, like, work out a little bit in the gym, like, go at least twice a week, but I haven't been to the gym. I keep saying I'm going to join Equinox, and I haven't. Like,
If you join, I might join.
Maybe we should, but at the same time,
It's like, why spend the money on Equinox if I feel like I'm never going to go?
I used to go to Equinox, and it was fun, but I know my trainer's coming back,
Okay.
so I'm just going to want to work out with him, but I had a really fun workout plan this year. Ben and I were working out together every single morning. We always do this thing where, like, we start a plan together, and it's so fun. I'm like, wow, I get to work out with my best friend every day, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I don't want to work out anymore, and he just stopped showing up. And I was going every day by myself, and it was just so boring. I was like, wow, but you really ditched me. So, yeah, that's how working out is. You don't work out, right?
No. Maybe some walks
But you
here
dance?
and there. No.
No.
What happened with her and Amanda Diaz? Everyone is asking this. You want to give us a short little thing?
Yeah, so I haven't seen Amanda in a while. We were good friends at one point, but I never really said anything about this online, and I don't want her to, like, come after me or anything, but I just heard a lot of stuff that she was saying behind my back, and I'm very, like, selective with my friends. I'm very careful with who's around me.
Everyone's fake.
Yeah, like, I have the smallest close friend group ever, and I really, like, I'm careful with that, and when I let somebody in, I really let them in, and if they hurt me, I've been really hurt by people in the past, and crazy people that have come into my life, that if somebody talks shit about me, I'm just like, what the f***? And she was saying a lot of bad things about me, and I was hearing it from so many people, and it's just how she is. It's, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. I guess it's just, like, how she is, or some people talk about people in different ways, but after that, and a few things, I was just like, oh my god, I don't really want this person in my life, so I just distanced myself from her for a little bit, and she was very confused, but I didn't really know what to do. I was just so hurt, and I was like, looking back, I should have talked to her about it, but at the same time, I was like, well, if I know this person is like this, why would I want to talk to them about it and solve it? Like, what am I going to do? Have her give a fake apology and then continue to say lies behind my back?
Yep.
And so that happened, and then she made a video online talking about it, and I never said anything about the video. I didn't even watch the video, but people were like, oh, she talked about how you guys aren't friends in a video, and then...
Really?
Yeah, in my documentary... My editors put it in the documentary.
Did they call her?
They called her about my interview questions, but they put her clip of her video talking about our friendship into my documentary. And after that, she went off on Instagram. Like, she posted a story, and I called her, and I was like, hey, like, just so you know, that wasn't me that put that in there. And I said that we should meet up and talk at one point just to, like, hash things out. Because we're in the same city, and I don't want to just have tension between us. And she was like, oh, yeah, we should, but we still haven't talked.
Okay.
Yeah, I just never talked about it because I don't like bringing other people into drama on the internet.
Yeah. Especially because you've moved past it. And
yeah, I moved past it.
You look future.
Exactly, for the future. I was just like...
For your heart, protect your heart.
Yeah, I was hurt at one point, but... A lot of people online were like, oh my gosh, she seemed like the best friend ever. And she was a really good friend to me, and I'd love to rekindle with her, but at the same time, I just can't get past certain things. Like, it's hard for me to let someone...
Exactly, same thing about how,
Yeah.
Do you think someone... Oh, no. How's Ani?
Oh my god, wait, was that a question?
Yeah, Harrison Woodruff asked it. How is your friend Ani?
He's really cool, amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many times have you damaged your G-Wagon?
Oh my god.
Dude, I came to the podcast with her today, y'all, and I was like, the first thing I said was, all right, here we go, like, because she drove me one time, like, 3 years ago.
We went flying over the
freeway, like, the exit, like, you know when, like, an exit is, like, on the right, and then, like, the freeway continues straight in front of you, and there's a huge, like, concrete, like, road that you have to, like, she went off-roading in her G-Wagon, and then, like, we got to the light, and she's like, oh, I gotta turn right, and just, like, hucks it, and doesn't even look, and this car's like, like, her G-Wagon is all the way up here, and she can't see this little car all the way down there, and we almost hit that person. Like,
I used to drive crazy.
So how many times have you damaged your G-Wagon?
Okay, so there's probably been, like, 5 little things, but one of them was like a little pole. I've only ever been in like one actual accident.
Okay. And where was, like, what happened to
It was on 3rd Street.
Okay.
It was right outside of Sweet Green.
Okay.
And I was driving, and then there were these 2 cars to the right of me and 1 car in front of me. This car that was on the right of me tried to switch lanes and into the other car. Like, they switched lanes even though there was me and another car in front of me. And then so because of that, like, they hit the other car in front of me, so it stopped. And then I tried to brake really fast, but my car wouldn't brake fast enough because we were going like 25 miles an hour, not that far apart. And then so I hit the car that was stopped in front of me.
So that's kind of bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was just all these cars. And then after, it was just a mess.
Dang.
Like, the tow truck came and got my car, and all the cars were stopped in the middle of the road, and everybody was freaking out. Like, all the other cars were, like, crying, like, oh my God.
And you weren't hurt,
like,
though? No one was?
I wasn't hurt. I was like, guys, we're okay. Like, thank God none of us felt the crash at all. Like, we're fine. Our cars are going to get fixed. And one of the ladies was an Uber driver, so I get why she was freaking out. But then after that, they all tried to say that I hit the car in front of me, and then it caused that other car to go in there, and they tried to blame it on me, and they tried to actually sue me. I think because they saw, like,
Beverly Hills Brat,
yeah,
G-Wagon.
BH Brat G-Wagon, a young girl in a nice car. And then even when we were pulled over, fans were like, oh my God, Nicolette, hi!
Yeah,
and so they were all like, okay, this girl who, like...
You're like, no, please, no paparazzi right now. I'm not trying to be
They
sued.
see all that, and then they tried to pretend that they were injured. I don't think any of the lawsuits actually went through, but they were literally, like, after being like, yeah, thank God we're all okay, and none of us felt the crash, they were like, I'm injured.
The go-to for a car accident is you hold your neck and you're like, I got whiplash, like my seatbelt burned my neck. But like obviously people actually have that, but like I've definitely seen it where I was even in the car with someone who got rear-ended and they were like, hold your head, like act like you hurt your neck. Like people like say that and like I don't F with that.
It's screwed up. I think it's all so just bad money. Like I get it, people are in situations where
like
they need money.
My first thought when you get in a car accident is not like something else
not
other than
pretend that you're hurt so that you can sue them.
Like hello?
Yeah. Like a few years ago, my dad was in a crash where he had to get surgery 5 times because something was screwed up in his back, and I get that. I don't even know if he got like a settlement or anything like that, but in a situation like that, I get that. Yeah. If you're gonna do a lawsuit, but if you're literally pretending to be hurt, that's kind of screwed up.
Yeah, like my friend Stevie still has to go to like a chiropractor because of like neck pain from a whiplash accident. It's like sucks. It's so like drive safe, everybody.
Yeah, drive safe. No texting and driving. Drive slow. Don't drive crazy. I'm a much better driver now.
Holy crap.
I don't drive crazy anymore. How'd you feel from the 5-minute ride here?
In my car. Yeah, I'm like
in your Tesla.
Yeah, like
how fast are you going in your Tesla?
I mean, I've hit my max speed.
What's the max speed?
145.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, that was like 2 days ago too. Don't tell my mom.
I've never driven over 100 miles an hour. I think the fastest I've gone is like 98.
What?
Yeah. People have driven like 120 miles in my car. Like, there's been days where Ben's driving my car and I'm hanging out the window and it's like 120 miles.
I mean, I don't speed.
I've never done that.
Me either. I don't speed. All right, last question. Do you have any upcoming projects?
Upcoming projects. Okay, I have a lot of YouTube videos that I'm working on. And are you free to film that one with me Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes,
Jordyn and I are going to do a video where we're going to be Postmates drivers for a day. I'm so excited for it.
In your G-Wagon?
Yeah, we're going to do it in my G-Wagon. And
wait. Honestly, I should probably drive my car. Maybe.
Then we could take your car.
I'm just terrified of you driving me.
Okay, then let's take your Tesla, and we're going to have a bucket.
It's a lot of food in my car, though. We'll take your car.
Okay,
I'll trust you.
whichever car. We could even take my mom's Range Rover, because it's a lot smoother, which will probably be better. But we're going to have this bucket, and it's going to have a ton of little papers in it, and we're going to pick them out, and each drop-off, we're going to have a different dare or something to do. Like, go inside and ask to use their bathroom, or...
Oh, like,
anything
can
crazy.
I use your shower?
Yeah, oh my god. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
doing
so
crazy
excited.
videos like that.
I've never like done anything like that. So many YouTube videos. Where can they find your like Instagram and your like your line and everything? You want to talk about that for a
Oh my
second?
god, yeah, my jewelry company. So I actually released a jewelry company last year with one of my best friends. Her name is also Nicolette. She's one of my childhood best friends.
So crazy.
And we both wanted to start jewelry lines separately, and then we were on a trip in New York and we were like, why don't we just do it together?
Nice.
So we ended up releasing that in July of last year.
And it's going
wearing
good?
some pieces right now. Yeah, it's so much fun, and I like how it's online. It's just honestly easy because it never feels like work with her. Like even when we're going in the jewelry district in downtown, we have so much fun every time.
Cool.
And we've done 14 karat gold and sterling silver, but we're actually getting into diamons.
Wow.
Yeah, these past few weeks we've just been getting our inventory and selection ready for that.
Congrats.
I'm so excited.
So where can they find your store?
My jewelry line is Nicolette, NICLEDOR.com. It's Ni for Nicolette, because we're with Nicolette, and then Cledor, golden key. So like Nicolette's golden key in French.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and then aside from that, my YouTube channel, Nicolette Gray, and my Instagram, Nicolette Gray. Check it all out.
Well, make sure you guys rate this episode 5 stars on Apple. Make sure you add us to your Spotify playlist. And honestly, check out the audio version on all streaming platforms if you guys are coming from the video. And I will see you guys next Thursday with a new episode. I love you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.